Hello there. Welcome to the basement. It is nice to have you. Got some stuff to talk about. Like actual stuff besides Ahsoka. Amazingly enough. However, before we get to all that, and we will, you must first grab yourself something to sip on. Light something to smoke on. Sit back, relax, because this, oh yeah, is the Saturday Night Chill. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everybody to the basement, the chillest place to talk that nerded talk. Welcome to the Saturday Night Chill. Hey there, Alan. Hey there, Brooke. Hey there, lurkers. Hey there, you on the replay. First thing, before I do anything else, I need y'all to hit that like button. And if thou art a lurker or watching this on the replay and you have not yet subscribed and joined my nice little chill community, you really should. We have good times here. Pretty drama free around these parts. It's the way I like it. It's the way I'm going to keep it. You should come on in. What is going on, gentlemen, in the chat? Alan and Brooke, how are you guys? Yeah, the week went by at a reasonable pace, or at a medium pace, as Adam Sandler might say. Y'all remember that album from way back? Well, anyways, from the 90s. If you don't know it, look it up. Many great skits and tunes come from that album. Is anyone familiar with the classic Piece of Shit Car? Because if not, you should make yourself familiar with it, because that song's fucking funny. Rob, oh, you're making cookies? Like family cookies, or you and Mariah cookies? I don't know if I've explained Mr. Naples here to the rest of you, but he is my best friend from college. We've been best friends for Shit, 30 years this fall, Brit. Yeah, 93, 2023. Yeah. This fucking pile of shit. Family cookies. All right, cool. But yeah, dude, 30 years, man. Can you believe that shit? Hell, it's been 30 years. It was 30 years like end of August. Well, no, because, yeah, no, we met fucking orientation week. The week right after first week of actual class. Nice. What kind of cookies, Britt? Shit. My wife's known her best friend even longer. They've been friends since high school. There we go. It's a little mega chip. Ooh, you dirty bastard. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, what the? Never mind. Typos. Yeah, but Mariah likes them like that, so you know you're all right. Hey, here's Sabersmith. How you doing, brother? What is going on? Good to see you. Oh, of course you will. I know you will. You sadist. How you doing tonight, Saber? Have I ever asked you if you actually forge? Because that would be sick if you do. It'd be even sicker if you were once on Forged and Fire, because I would go look that shit up, because that show's dope. I haven't watched it in a long time, because, you know, occasionally you need a break from that shit, but it's still dope. It's the new host. He's not as good as the old host. He's not bad, but it's just the vibe is completely different. Yeah. So yeah, we got. I mean, obviously, obviously, we're going to be talking about Ahsoka. That's for sure. But we actually have a couple other little things to chit chat about. Number one, yeah, I'm doing pretty well today. Tired. We did a lot of cleaning up in the basement today, which it badly, excuse me, badly needed. But it's pretty nice out there now. But yeah, I'm a little tired, a little sore, but I have energy drink, so I'll be okay. Oh, crap. There may be a sneeze in the near future. So you can feel when you got little when you can literally feel whatever the hell that is like right fucking there, and you know you're just gonna sneeze like a madman or mad person. Not as bad as having a burp stuff though. That is so uncomfortable. Yeah, so the writer strike is over. Thank goodness. The actors are going to start negotiating on Monday, but uh, you know things can start moving a little bit behind the scenes now, and that's going to mean a couple things for us and our nerdy stuff. We're going to talk about that schmidge, and what you got, bro? Week's been going well. That's a praise from the boss. Noise. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, you've been talking about that shit. Played a bit of Modern Warfare 19. Cool. And then, of course, our good friend James Gunn done opened his yapper again over on Threads. I'm assuming it was an attempt to clear things up, but yeah, not so much. At least not enough. So we'll be chit-chatting about our frosty-headed executive over there at DC. And of course, we're going to be talking about Ahsoka Episode 7 and predictions for the finale. Predictions for the finale. Yeah. No, it is dope that he's a big old sweaty. The problem is he doesn't really take it in, at least for me, the right directions a lot of times. So we'll get into that. I want to start off with the strike stuff. Get the on the surface least nerdy part of it out of the way, but really it's highly nerdy because now that writers can write. Hi, Alex. How you doing, bud? Alex is Robert's son, or Rob's son. Jesus, just because I look at your name typed out before I say it that way. What an idiot. But yeah. Yep, there is the UAW is striking all three. Jumping up and down from the shout out. Dope. Yeah, no, they're striking the big three. I just saw a headline though that they're actually making progress with whatever company owns Chrysler now, like Stella and Ned or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But that one's actually moving along. But GM and Ford are not, so they're ordering more people to strike just those two, since the talks with the other company are progressing, evidently. So, yeah, I can't remember the name of the company that now owns Chrysler, but it's them. Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Eagle. No, Eagle's way back in the day. But yeah. It's that's where that one's sitting. But I just saw that in like a healthcare Stellantis. Yes, thank you, Brooke. That is it, Stellantis. But I actually just saw also that a bunch of healthcare workers, like across 5 states and in DC, are about to go on strike like this weekend because for whatever reason, no one wants to pay nurses and orderlies and shit. They're only the ones that actually keep your hospital running. Fuck you in your office, playing with your numbers. Yeah, I'm already going there. Yeah, so that's there. I don't anticipate the negotiations with the actors are going to take very long, mostly because they now have 2 guilds worth of a contract framework to work with, i.e. the directors who settled before they even struck, and that was so damn long ago, we almost forget about those motherfuckers. And of course, the writers this week. I mean, technically, the deal still needs to be ratified by the membership, but the word is that's basically a given. So, and they've already, they're like, back to work, y'all. So writers are back. What does that mean for us? Well, first thing it means is they can actually start working on stuff that we've been wanting, i.e. Deadpool 3 and stuff, because now they can actually do rewrites while filming. Of course, that won't start till the actors are done, but that'll be done, I would imagine, probably mid-October. It might take them a week to hammer it out, another few days to get it all nice and pretty and legal and shit. And, then it'll be the same process. Negotiating team will be like, yeah, we should do this. Leadership will be like, yeah, we should do this. And then they'll put it out to be ratified by the membership, which it probably will be. And Hollywood should be fully up and rolling by the end of October, I would imagine. But But that means we'll finally actually start getting some fucking news. And if you like talking about scoops and leaks, we'll be getting plenty of those now too. If things are going back to work. So we'll have a hell of a lot more to talk about than we've been having to talk about for the last, how long were we Riders on Strike? Like 156 days or some shit like that. So, yeah. The writer strike being over is very, very good. Obviously, and firstly for them, because from what I understand, they got a big boy, my kitty. They got pretty much what they wanted for the most part. I mean, it's a negotiation. You're literally not going to get everything, but everything I've seen says they got an excellent deal. So, which is good. Hopefully, happy writers will mean better stuff for us to be watching. You know, that would be awesome. But yeah, so we'll actually have news and leaks and scoops and literal things to speculate about. It'll be great. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but that's why we should, that's why I think it's necessary to talk about the writer's strike being done. Is because it directly affects our consumption. Well, literally everyone's consumption of what they like that comes out of Hollywood, but we're finally going to be able to get stuff rolling. Rolling. Come on. Okay. So what do you think? You guys a little bit stoked now that things are going to start moving? Jay Kowalski. Oh, fellow Michigander. Nah, that's lame. Lock in, baby. Anyway. Yes. Hell yeah. So where are you stay at, Mr. Kowalski? Have we talked about this before? Sci-Fi Quest, welcome. How are you doing tonight? By the way, did have everyone that's just popped in recently, because I'm going to assume the people that were here early, have y'all been hitting like on your way in? Basically is what I need to know. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, you really, really should, as you'll see by the rest of the stream, hopefully. By the way, how's my mic compared to Tuesday night? I feel like it sounds a lot better. Saw an article suggesting that Shin is going to be the Mara Jade of the canon universe. Could be. I mean, I can virtually, I'm willing to say with a fair amount of confidence she's going to get back to the main galaxy. So that is entirely possible. I mean, I think Ivana Saknoff. Yeah, I think Ivana Saknoff is doing a damn good job playing Shin. So, and I think who was it? Was it making Star Wars? I think said they actually do have plans for both Balin and Shin well past this show. Oh, she has a shit ton of potential, Brit. So, I mean, I don't know if they went in and did some last minute changes after Ray passed. It's possible. Oh, good. I'm glad my mic's better. Yeah, I pushed a couple different buttons and it's much, much better now. No, you're right. You're right, Sci-Fi Quest. She is easy on the non-blinking eyes. Yeah, no, she's a very attractive young lady. That is true. Actually, her psycho eyes are kind of attractive on her. She's got attractive psycho eyes. Downriver. Oh yeah, Wyandotte. We did talk about that before. Thank you. Yeah, excited to get going. Not that the strikes are over, but one strike over and many begin. Yeah, I mean, well, it's not to get all socioeconomic or sociopolitical, but it has been quite some time since the unions have like started really losing star power in the 90s. One moment, please. Okay, the unions started losing power in the 90s and continue to do so and continue to do so. So it's been a long ass time since they've decided to get up and try and flex and get the balance back towards them. And evidently 2023 is the year to do that. Because we got Hollywood went on, well, except for the directors, Hollywood went on strike. The VFX artists at Inside Marvel Studios and Disney Animation, I believe both of them have now voted to unionize. And if all the reports of their working conditions are true, they fucking well should. I wonder if Shinhati will join Ahsoka in the finale or maybe later on. I feel like if she's ever going to, it will be later. Where was I? But yeah, so I mean, it also happens that a lot of contracts ended this year, but I think the unions finally just hit their point of like, fuck this shit. We got to get some of our own back. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're so far doing with the directors and the writers, and probably now the actors, and then hopefully closely followed by the UAW and whichever multi-state healthcare workers union is about to say "fuck you." And my wife works in the healthcare field, so I know what those people. I have a decent idea of what those people go through, and I'm going to be fully supporting them if they do so. For sure. So yeah, it's somehow 2023 is turning out to be the year of the worker. Which I'm totally fine with. As long as they don't fucking go too hard like they did in the 80s and fuck themselves over, which is, especially with the UAW, what happened to them. They got too confident in the continued success of the auto companies. They got a little lazy on the line because domestic cars sucked balls in the 80s for the most part. And yeah. So, hopefully they get a lot of what they want in their strike, but hopefully they back it up with putting out quality vehicles. No, you're absolutely right. They shouldn't be put in the position to need to strike. They absolutely shouldn't. I mean, damn it, I'm trying not to go on a rant, but I'm fucking gonna here for. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a little soapbox minute here. God damn it. So, yeah, I really don't know why paying healthcare workers, especially ones in hospitals, like for fuck's sake, like, I mean, you're basically like, it's a job that's basically all hazard pay, especially in a hospital or any place that does emergency care or what have you. I mean, you are constantly subjecting yourself to potential infection or injury, depending on what kind of freak jobs are coming into the emergency room. And I could go on and on in that vein, but you guys can follow that path. But yeah, so it's absolutely insane to me that these hospitals do not want to pay them. I mean, the idea of a for-profit hospital is like really fucking gross to me in the first place. But yeah. Oh, between songs. What the fuck happened to the music? I almost blasted all of us. Oh, thanks, Jake Kowalski. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, so I mean, I know like there are plenty of people out there who think unions, should just do their thing, especially healthcare unions, because a lot of anti-union people, you're putting people's lives at risk. Well, you know what? While that is true, they're also putting their own lives at risk frequently. Therefore, these, especially now the hospitals are becoming privately owned with these big old conglomerates and bullshit, which is a humongous mistake in the first place, because the second something is for profit, this is what happens. So, yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, it's when properly done, unions are a very good check on corporate greed. The problem is no matter whichever side seems to have the advantage, it always seems to be inevitable that that side goes too far. And then, of course, as always happens, things are going to, hit a certain point and right back the other way. So the problem is it unfortunately generally takes conflict for the balance to be kept. So it's just kind of how it be. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, I feel like strikes brought the UK to its knees back in the day. Now we import almost every. Oh, you're in the UK. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I saw you on my sidetrack and stuff, right? I assume Jay, Matt Harris from California. I've been on there a couple times. I think Jay's gonna have me on after Ahsoka's over too. But that's for a different channel. No, that's not necessarily for a different channel because, god damn it, there we go. No, because one of the things, I mean, this is primarily a nerdy talk channel, yes, but nice, awesome. That's awesome, Sci-Fi Quest. But the way I see it, when you're down in the basement with a group of people, probably taking in chemicals of some kind, anything gets talked about. Granted, amongst nerds, it's generally nerdy shit, but other stuff comes up too frequently. So yeah, I don't mind diverging into this shit every once in a while. I mean, I don't want to do it like all the fucking time, but if I feel some shit needs to be said, I'm gonna damn well say it. So, and really, I'm generally on the side of the ones who are not being extremely stupid. So, like for example, if there ended up being union overreach, like there was, and I say this mostly because I'm from Flint, which is massive GM town. Like everyone's dad was a fucking shop rat where I grew up. I swear to God. Anyway, um, as long as there's no overreach again, I'm probably going to be on the union side. But the second they start getting stupid, I'm going to have to start shitting on them a little bit because they're the ones being stupid at that point. That's how I roll. If I think you're being stupid, I will shit on you. If I think you're right, I will praise you. Same thing with the nerdy content. When I talk about that, if it's good, I will praise it. If it sucks, I will shit upon it with joy. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers that. But yeah, so writer strike over good. Actors will probably be they'll probably negotiate for the week next week. Again, it'll probably run about the same. Negotiate for the week, have lawyers in on the weekend to put everything in legalese and dot the I's and cross the T's. and and voting and blah blah blah. They'll be back to work. Probably, probably the weekend. Probably the week of the 15th, 16th, 17th, somewhere in there. I would say probably 16th or 17th, 18th maybe. They'll probably be officially back. Although I don't know if they're still going to strike. I don't know if SAG-AFTRA is still going to strike the video game industry, because that's still out there too. What's my take on where the main stars for Ahsoka will end off at the end of next episode? We'll be getting to that. I will get to that. I want to talk a little bit about James Gunn first, and a little bit about Ahsoka episode 7. But oh yeah, trust me, we will get to the predictions for the finale for sure. Faux cheesy. Actors will probably strike till the writers actually write something. Well, that's why they're not in a big rush. That's for sure. Because until the writers get some shit finalized, there's nothing for them to act out anyway. I mean, there's probably some actors in projects that just got paused because of the strike. Like, for example, Daredevil, Born Again. That was in mid-production when the strike happened. So once the actors come back, they can pick all of that right back up. Any project that was kind of caught in the middle with the strikes, they can jump right back to it. So, but yeah, anything that was still just in the development phase, there's no rush for the actors to get back to that. But yeah, I think, yeah, right around the 16th to 18th is when we'll see some actors back to work. Yeah. All right. Mr. James Gunn. Dear God, this guy needs to get the fuck off social media. So he popped off he was on Threads and interacting with people again. And he made clarifications about his upcoming DCU stuff. He said the following. He said that nothing prior to Creature Commandos and Legacy is canon. Nothing. However, I'll be honest, I think the union strike with the major car companies isn't for the best. AI mechanical will take over most jobs in that field. The next 10 years, we'll always need first responses. Well, see, that's one of the reasons they're probably striking, which is one of the reasons that the writers and actors are striking, is to combat or at least slow the advance of AI. I would guess that's probably one of their major things. That's like the healthcare workers are probably the only ones about to be on strike right now that don't need to be worried about AI for the most part. Not until robotics advances shit ton as well. And at that point, it's Skynet, and we're all fucked anyway. But yeah, I imagine slowing down the AI, taking all that kind of stuff over, is a massive part of why they're striking, just like the writers and actors. So, okay. Anyway, but yeah, we'll definitely always need first responders until we can make androids like Data, and then anyway. But yeah, so nothing prior to Creature Commandos or Superman Legacy, although Creature Commandos comes out next year and Legacy won't be out till 25. Until we build working medical replicator. Yeah, we got to get into some Star Trek shit. Yeah, we definitely got to get into some Star Trek shit for that. But yeah, so and of course, saying this before Aquaman 2 comes out pretty much just put the nail in the coffin on that movie. I already think it was going to bomb anyway, but he pretty much just lit the fuse and walked away with that shit. So yeah, nothing. In other words, nothing now is canon. Not until we get Creature Commandos next year. However, he is keeping John Cena as Peacemaker. He is keeping Viola Davis as, oh shit. Why do I always got a brain fart? Yeah, you need to watch more The Next Generation. That shit's dope, bro. What is her fucking character name? We get Marzolo Maridueña as the Blue Beetle. He's going to be an official DCU character. Amanda Waller. I beat you on that one, Alan. I made it before you had to type it in and remind me. And some other guy on Peacemaker, which I didn't watch. So, yeah, those four are coming through. See, I still haven't watched that yet, and I need to. I did not end up going to the theater to watch it. I don't remember why. I think maybe I was broke. But yeah, so he's bringing those four along into the new DCU. That maybe Gal Gadot's Gadot, whatever the fuck her name is. She might still be Wonder Woman in that for whatever reason. We still haven't gotten the final say on that because James hasn't flat out said no, and she keeps like, oh yeah, there's gonna be Wonder Woman 3. I mean, I wouldn't mind. She's not that great an actress, but she does a pretty good Wonder Woman. I mean, if they do bring her back in for a third Wonder Woman movie, it needs to be in Elseworlds, like Battinson and Hua Joker. Yes, Sci-Fi Quest. That is the guy in the stupid helmet, played by John Cena. You are correct. Yeah, James continuing to give his wife and brother jobs. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, Hollywood's been about nepotism since, well, the mob ran it, and the mob's always about nepotism. So that just kind of stuck. But yeah, so he's keeping them. And also, he mentioned entirely possible that you know, some storylines or some events or whatever could be brought in that that we've already seen in DCEU projects could possibly make appearances in the new DCU, as well as these four being carried over. But nothing's canon before Creature Commandos and Superman Legacy. Anyone thinks that doesn't completely make sense? Or is it just me? Is that less than clarifying to anybody? I mean, I can work my way through it, but it's just too convoluted and frankly moronic. Like, if you're gonna start a whole brand new DCU, start a whole brand new DCU. No more Peacemaker, no more Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. I mean, I understand why to keep Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, because Viola Davis is a fucking badass actress. But no more Amanda Waller. No more anyone from the Peacemaker show. Yeah. Which Batman are we getting after the Flash now? Another whole brand new one. Because I can't remember the exact name of the story he's going with, but it's going to be bringing in Damian Wayne, the literal biological son of Batman, who is going to be his Robin. But yeah, he has not been cast yet. Oh no, Viola Davis actually killed it as Amanda Waller. I enjoyed her as Amanda Waller quite a bit. But if you're gonna reboot, fucking reboot, bro. I mean, he's basically what he's doing right now is he's picking, he's nitpicking from the old DCEU. Basically, he's keeping his shit from the old DCEU and just rebooting all of Snyder's. That's pretty much what he's doing. So no point having George then. That one's going over my head though, guy. The guy. Let's go. That one. Right. Are you talking about George Lucas? But yeah, like he really needs to just stay off social media. And his only response from this point forward should be wait and see. Because let's face it, the way he's handling things, I mean, while I don't like all of his stuff, I do acknowledge he is capable. George Clooney. Yeah, no point in having him at all. Other than the original point was to show that when he went back and made it so that his dad showed in the camera, it still fucked things up. That was why he got George Clooney instead of Affleck coming out of the courtroom. So, but that doesn't matter anymore because Creature Commandos hasn't come out yet. Just freaked out my camera. It's funny. But yeah, it's just kind of asinine. Yeah, he's a good movie maker. Like I love the Guardians movies. Well, I love 1 and 3. 2's okay. I don't have the hate for it that a lot of people do. And it wasn't, it wasn't great, but it was good. Definitely the weakest of the 3. But yeah, no, he can make good movies, but then he can also make The Suicide Squad. That movie gave me the exact same feeling that Love and Thunder gave me, which was, what the actual fuck was that? If I had an age area for the new Batman and Superman, what would I prefer? What would I want to see on the screen? Late 20s, early 30s. For Superman, mid to late 30s for Batman. I feel Batman should be older. Not by much, but enough to be like, enough to where Superman would actually be willing to listen to him. Yeah, it was great seeing Keaton in the suit again, though. That was pretty dope. That was definitely pretty dope. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. And I like Sasha Calle's Supergirl in that, too. Actually. Just, a lot of CGI was whack. The story was written weirdly. And it was okay. Like, I didn't hate it. It's not like a completely booty cheeks movie, but it's definitely nowhere near great. Nowhere near what it was advertised to be. That fucking CGI in the beginning looked like it was straight out of the Scorpion King. Or no, straight out of the Mummy Returns, I should say. So, yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, I don't understand why James keeps talking. Like, you're really not clarifying when you're like, okay, nothing before this is canon, but I'm bringing these 4 actors in from the old DCEU because they're mine. Well, except for Xolo. Xolo's not his technically, but she need to be blonde when I think Supergirl. I'm pretty sure he is going to go blonde. 2. The most recent one to come out. I didn't think the first one to come out, which is just Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. That one was all right. The Suicide Squad, the most recent one to come out, I could not stand. I made it all the way through, but nah. I'm good on that stuff. Yeah, I think James is going to go with the traditional blonde Supergirl though. I hear the run that he wants to adapt is fucking badass, so that's pretty cool. Tom King's Supergirl run, I believe it is. I've never read it, but the massive sweaties I follow on the YouTube say it is great. So I hope he does a good job adapting that one. Of course, it won't matter if Legacy bombs. Like Legacy is going to determine. Well, actually, that might not even matter if Universal just flat out buys Warner Brothers because they might be like, okay, yeah, that's all cute, but we're just going to do our own thing now and start it all over. Thank you very much. That could happen, and the odds are not as shitty as one might think. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the concept so much as the execution. I mean, there are some parts I liked, like Harley Quinn, like going through the castle and fucking people up. That was pretty good. But I know, right? Gives me a headache. How the hell did that happen? Just one moment. Oh, the cookie pick. I'll look at it later, Greg. I need to make sure people can see my ugly face clearly. Oh, good job, buddy. Well done, Alex. Yeah, so I think Mr. Gunn needs to just sit back, take my advice at the beginning screen, sit back, relax, and I'm going to head on, shut the fuck up and just do your thing now that the strike's are going to. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, that quote from a few days ago talking about, oh, you're welcome, uh, talking about how, um, while the movies are going to be a shared universe, they're going to be more kind of standalone stuff. And I'm like, bro, your big announcement last year in which you fucked the DC movie coming out this year, you said everything's going to be interconnected from movies to video games to cartoons and yada yada yada. So are you going to be running an interconnected universe, or are you going to be running a universe where we get a bunch of stories, which is the equivalent of a bunch of people living on the same block but never fucking talking to each other? Mega chip they are, I believe you said, Mr. Sci-Fi Quester. Um, but yeah, so it's just he's a pretty good movie maker overall, I will say. I mean, no director's perfect. Even my favorite directors that put out movies, I'm like, were you on fucking break? But yeah, he's a pretty decent movie maker, but he is a, at least to this point, really shitty executive. Like the decisions he's making as a studio executive are really fucking dumb to this point. Oh yeah, that was horrendous. He complete. Oh, but we still have these four movies coming out that you guys really need to check out, even even though they're irrelevant now. Yeah, he never should have made that announcement until after Aquaman 2, like starting off 2024. That's how he. That's when he should have done the announcement, not at the end of 2022. You fucking fool. And if you want to say put on an announcement out in 2022, it should be just simple as like, okay, yeah, me and Peter have just taken over, and we've got some ideas kicking around in our head, but we're really not going to have anything ready anytime soon. But in the meantime, these 4 movies. Not announcing, oh, hey, yeah, it's going to be this whole interconnected thing across everything. The first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. The first movie is Superman Legacy. We're also going to do this. We're also going to do that. This. Yeah, Aquaman 2. I don't even know. I love it. Like, Aquaman, blah, blah, blah. No one cares about Aquaman. Yeah, definitely not anymore. That's for sure. I mean, no one cared about any of the DC movies this year. And I heard Blue Beetle was actually pretty decent, but it didn't make shit. Even on a, because they originally made it for streaming, so they only spent a little over, what was it? I think 120 million on that puppy, and it just barely made that, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, no, he seriously fucked DC this year with making that announcement last year. And really, if I'm Zaslav, I'm pissed as fuck because it's possible that those movies would not have tanked quite as badly if they hadn't been made irrelevant. Now, I'm pretty sure Shazam 2 and Flash still would have bombed because, well, Shazam and Ezra Miller. No, I think she got fired from Snow White. I think she's still in Paddington 3. But she's not Snow White anymore. Someone can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Snow White she's no longer. And again, too much running off the fucking mouth. I mean, have your opinions, but know how to deliver them and where and when. That's all. It's all about the presentation. And obviously, there are some ideas that no matter how you present them, then you should be like punched in the face for. But oh yeah, today was his last game. Yeah, I mean I'm not that sad because honestly, I thought he should have retired like 4 or 5 years ago, like for real, real. But yes, I'm a big Cabrera fan. Um, I'm glad to see him end as a Tiger. He actually had a decent season for a motherfucker, so I wish him well in the remainder of his life. He'll probably do pretty good as long as he continues to stay off the sauce. Ugh. Yeah. Well, how about them Lions, though, bruh? How about them Lions, though, bruh? You realize we've won both our primetime games so far this year? Matter of fact, they were both on Thursday night. The season premiere of NFL football, where we went into Kansas City and managed to beat them. And then just this last Thursday, where we went into Lambeau and took them to Pound Town. Hell yeah, 3-1. And of course, beating Atlanta last week, or this past Sunday, I should say. I already forgot who we lost to. But yeah, when the hell's the last time we were 3-1 after the first 4 games? Man, that's fucking solid. They've whatever they did to turn the corner, like what, a third of the 3/8 of the way through last season, third of the way, something like that. Whatever they did, they're still doing it. And it is beautiful to fucking see. Yeah, I like sports balls too. So if only well, yeah, I mean the rest of our franchises are still but yeah, some of them did. I think that was more the earlier screenings before they did reshoots, but I might have still been some screenings post reshoots too. So, but yeah, that movie is destined to bomb hard. like the Flash and Shazam. I wouldn't say Blue Beetle bombed. It just didn't do well enough. Matter of fact, if I recall correctly, the Flash is Warner Brothers' biggest bomb ever. Sports balls and nerdy stuff, best combo. You know what? It's up there. That is for damn sure. It's up there. All right, y'all. The energy drink is causing the need for a bit of a pause. If you know what I'm saying. So I'll be back shortly, and then Ahsoka. Seen it be yet. Alrighty. Whoops, too much. 9% Monaco. Damn. Nice. Jennifer Garner back. No, I don't think that's happening anymore. I don't think that's happening anymore. If I recall something I saw correctly. 10 p.m. in Michigan is insane for an energy drink. I've had an insanely high caffeine tolerance pretty much my entire life. Like, I guarantee you, I could drink an energy drink, and if I wanted to, I could be asleep an hour after I finish it. Basically, if I want to stay awake, they help. But if I'm ready for sleep, I can sleep right through one. It's a bit nutty, but it's true. Yeah. Bladder's getting, yes, it is. The bladder is definitely getting old. It's going to be 48 2 weeks from yesterday. Yep, the joy of aging. You pee more often. It's very hard to trust a fart anymore. Oh, by the way, Jay Kowalski, if you're familiar with the Den of Nerds over there, Jedi Jen in there is from Jackson. My go-to, you like Bang Energy's 300 milligram caffeine and no sugar? Wow, yeah, I know, right? Well, you're right there with me, so shut up. It depends on my mood. I like Monsters. That's what I'm drinking tonight. I also like Bang. Bang's got good flavors. Rain has good flavors. You know, the ones with the that's supposed to be a night helmet that really looks like a fucking Decepticon. Those are pretty good. The C4s are pretty good. Like they've as bad as Jay. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, C4s. But like energy drinks in general have come a long way with their ability to create good flavor and barely have that energy drink aftertaste. They still have the little. Justin, how you doing? Sorry I didn't come through last night, dude. Yesterday was a bit of a day. But thanks for coming in, man. How you doing? How you been? How'd your stream go earlier? We were cleaning the basement earlier. Drink coffee in the morning. Occasionally drink Monster. Yeah. Oh, I love an iced coffee in the morning. From Tim Hortons, vanilla iced coffee, large, 5 and 5. Just stay away from Prime. All right. But yeah. Oh, occasionally I like the Monster coffee drinks too. Like the Loca Mocha is the shit. I love that. But they're even 2 ounces smaller than the regular ones and like $1 more. Kind of pisses me off a little bit. Yeah. Well, I've put it out in Josh's chat multiple times. But yeah, so yeah, because she stays around Jackson. I'm here in Westland. You're down there in Wyandotte. I mean, she's the farthest out. You and I could meet in fucking. I don't know, like fucking Romulus or some shit. That probably splits the difference. Or Belleville. No, that's too far west. Romulus is east. Yeah, be more like Romulus or something. And I know there's more than just us three. I just, I can't find the motherfuckers. We should really start trolling Josh's Discord. Start making a ruckus. Michigan Ventures up. Assemble. Michigan Ventures. Assemble. Yeah, it'd be fun. I haven't really been going after it seriously, but I've brought it up to people I know also live here a couple, 3 times. Never gotten any movement. But yeah, no, we should definitely. I would love to do something like that. I think that'd be fun as fuck. But yeah. All right. Hey, Justin, you got here just in time. Unless you were planning on skipping the gun and strike talk. Yeah, it's that time. It is time to talk about Ahsoka. What do we all think of episode 7 before we start speculating? Like, I rewatched it, like, literally, well, a couple or so hours ago now, between 7 and 8, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. 8 months now? Dope. Where am I at? 13 or 14 months myself, maybe 15 if I'm really lucky. I can't remember exactly. $13 months, because I hit my diamond in March, and 6 months from March is September. So yeah, I'll hit my 13th month pretty soon. Episode 7 was good, not great. Small step back. Still confident Dave's probably really saving the best for last. Hopefully, yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at. I still gave it an 8, but I definitely have quibbles. We're going to rewatch it next weekend. Curious if it's better as a binge show. Probably will be, honestly. I still don't think 7.5. I bet just a few things I really didn't like. Yeah. Watched it 3 times, getting more and more info. Love the disgruntled look on Balin's face, Thrawn's face, at learning Ahsoka's past. A great act. Yeah, no, Lars Mikkelsen's killing it. How they're representing his genius is a little weak. Wish it was 9 episodes. Cliffhangers. Yeah. Oh fuck. I wish they'd given him 10. But yeah. All right. Well, here's my quibbles. For a kind of it wasn't filler. They moved a couple things along, so I'm not going to call it filler. But for a Bane is by far the best. Yeah, I love me some. I miss Ray Stevenson, man. So the love he would be getting right now. I wish he was around to get it. I wish he was around to see it, because if he's on screen, that's his scene. Period. I don't care who else is in the scene with him, even if it's fucking Thrawn. Ray Stevenson he's got that presence. Lars is right there, but Ray's got that fucking presence, Brick. Actually, you know what, Brooke? Really, other than episodes 2 and 3, they've all pretty much been right around 40 to 45 minutes. Like I saw, the runtime's finally out next week. We get 42 minutes after the credits have been removed. So it'll be pretty much about the same as episode 7 in length. Giggity. But yeah, I thought, like, for as strategically or as big a strategic genius as Thrawn is, just playing for time was kind of weak, honestly. The Force karate was weak as fuck. The choreography wasn't that good. For me, if that's all you've been doing on a planet for however long it's been there, 7 to 10 years, I feel like if you're going to make contact with a motherfucker, especially using force-imbued karate, bitches better be flying around like Thor or Captain America or somebody's connecting with them. You know? Can't get to like the Ezra portrayal live action. The Force combat was bad. So yes. Balin and Shin have both been really good. Actually, so far as like the Ezra character goes, he is pretty much dead on from the way he was in Rebels, honestly. Delivery's the same level of quips, all that good shit. Eight episodes isn't enough, I know. Well, again, if this episode hadn't been so if it had done more to push the story forward, it probably wouldn't feel like we're not going to have enough time to get shit done next week, which is a legit feeling. It's like, how are they going to get as much done as we think they need to next week? Force karate is your biggest issue. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was disappointing. Even if I didn't know in advance what was coming, kinda, it still would have been a disappointment. Like his best force push should have been his average force push. Like dudes should have been flying around. Well, and I have no idea how he would build a lightsaber there. We don't know if that place has kyber, um, or if we even have the requisite mechanical materials. So Dan goes and grabs a damn blaster, right? Well, he didn't. I will say this since I just rewatched it tonight. He didn't grab the blaster until they were really fucking outnumbered. Yes, Bruce Lee meets Yoda. Yeah, like the dude that played Bruce Lee's the guy that trained Bruce Lee, Ip Man, was Donnie Yen. What he was doing in Rogue One is what I was expecting, at least that. Plus motherfuckers flying. And we get Imanis Fani may nail the character of Ezra, but his ability to carry out fight choreography, not that great. Not that great at all. Excuse me. So I will give him that. When it was just them versus the Raiders, he there was no weaponry, but until they were outnumbered, like fucking what 7-1 or some shit like that, that's when he grabbed the blaster. Yeah, that'd be nice. I would like to see him as powerful as we all think he should have been next episode, or at least move more smoothly when he is fighting, because he was not smooth. Not smooth at all. Now, Ahsoka and Balin's fight was fucking dope. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the space battles. Although I think Rosario could do with a little more practice and being like cockpit acting. Yeah, exactly. When they were outnumbered, 7 or so to 1. Your love for Star Wars always keeps me coming back to my narcotic. By comparison, I binged Gen V on Prime last night. It was compelling. Yeah, I'm going to be watching that very soon. Hopefully, it gives me inspiration to do a video on it, because Gen V is nerdy. Gen V is a spin-off of The Boys, which is a comic book show. So-called. Being such a badass, like his Well, he fights like a medieval knight. Like I would equate his sword to your standard broadsword. I would almost say hand and a half or bastard sword, but the hilt's a little too long for that, and the blade's a little too long for that. It's much closer to a standard broadsword. And watch The Boys later. Really liked it. See, I haven't watched Invincible, but I hear obviously I've heard that's really good, and I like Robert Kirk. So. Yep. Yeah, Balin is dope on just about every level. Yep. When do I think we'll see the world between worlds again? There's a slim chance. I think we could possibly hand and a half sword. Yeah. I think the blade's a little too long for that, and the hilt, because you're primarily supposed to be able to use the hand and a half sword one-handed, and you really only want to grab it with the second hand for like power offense or power defense. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it again. But yeah, you know what? That might be about a hand and a half. Hand and a half sword. Yeah. I think there's a bit of a chance we could see the world between worlds next episode, but I doubt it. I don't think we're going to see it again for a hot minute. I think it really depends on what's calling to Balin, and I don't think it's that. Should have been so confident saying the Force. Yeah, and then turn around picking up a blaster. Yeah. Although on the other hand, being overconfident is also an Ezra thing. But yeah, that was still lame. I don't think the fact that he was. I don't think the fact that that was being in character justifies the fact that it was a little dumb. So. Yeah, I doubt we'll see the World Between Worlds next episode. What else is coming out? Skeleton Crew? No, won't see it there. Acolyte? Unlikely, because we've never seen a Darksider get in there. And that's primarily about a Broad Saber would be cool. Yeah. Broad Saber would be cool. Well, I am Brooke. I am quite sure that Thrawn is going to win. Otherwise, there would be no setup for the movie. Yeah, it would have been badass if they'd followed it up with badass Force karate. Then it would have been awesome. Expecting to look like Shang-Chi, yeah, but Shang-Chi with like a power kick or punch or whatever that would cause motherfuckers to fly like, Thor just whacked him with Mjolnir or some shit, Like I could have put up with the weak ass choreography if like when the power hit, motherfuckers would like do like really flying around. Brooke, I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna get. That is what this is moving towards. The question is, what is Balin moving towards? That's the question. And I did not mind it at all. I thought it was quite cool and intriguing, but who saw Balin sending Shin off on her own coming at all? I sure as fuck didn't. That legit shocked me. I was like, he did what? Wow. I thought it was kind of cool, though. Shin should have kicked Ezra's ass. Yeah. Oh, I see. Trained by Balin, a former knight. Kanan was a Padawan with basic training. Yeah. Same Shin alone surprise you? Yeah. That's the quick. It is. One thing that I've heard people talk about, and it was a nice reminder, but one of Balin's primary powers seems to be the reading of thoughts and emotions. Although I would say probably more emotion than actual thought, because word thought starts as emotion anyway. If we are following the timeline, this probably won't end well. Yeah. Well, and if you're referring to the unfortunate impending advance of the sequel trilogy, yeah. But that is still a little under a quarter century away. So, but yeah, this season is gonna see the heroes not win. Thrawn's gonna get back. Thrawn is definitely getting back. When Thrawn sent ties intercept the Purgo and Ahsoka, those fighters return. Hey, I don't know if he has any left from the journey over. Now, I'm still sure that those stormtroopers and Enoch and whatever night troopers are all undead of some variety. Obviously, they're not smoked like Marak was, because everyone that got blasted should have been blowing green smoke out the hole that got blasted in their armor. On the other hand, your traditional zombies should keep coming after a chest shot, but anything dropped them. So I guess they're, let's just say, reanimated corpses that can still be damaged enough by standard killing blows to drop them again. It's kind of, it's all I can come up with on that front right now. Paying the Shin such great characters. Yes. Yes. If Reva had gotten that kind of treatment, I would not have minded her at all. Okay, I would have minded her much less. The fact that they gave her so much screen time would still been annoying because, you know, it's supposed to be Kenobi and Anakin, or Kenobi and Vader. But yeah, she would have been much easier to take if she'd been written well like those two. That is for sure. Pardon me. That is an excellent point, Mr. Sir. I agree. Hangars were full of ties, possibly no pilots then. Yeah, that's also true. Who knows how well? Well, no, Marak was an undead and he piloted just fine. Well, yeah, they were full of ties, but I know. They may have been full of ties, but with the you saw all the gold on the outside, which meant there was a lot of hull damage. So it's entirely possible the ties were a victim of the trip, like all the stormtroopers were, which is why they're now night trooper zombie types. So he was stuck with responding with, or Thrawn is like, either they all got destroyed and he's stuck with whatever the those raiders have for space vehicleage, or he is doing the resource conservation thing for when he gets back to the main galaxy. It's one of the two. Either all the ties got toasted, or he's just holding them back for what he feels is a much more intense situation. Do we know how long after Rebels is Ahsoka set? Okay, so Rebels ended what, 2 years before the Battle of Endor? Am I doing the panel next week? I plan to. I gotta get a hold of motherfuckers. But yeah, that's the plan. What's fun is since the Loki premiere is Thursday, we'll probably end up doing double duty on that one. But it'll be primarily Ahsoka. Let me think. Yeah, so Rebels ended what, 2 or 3 years before Endor, Battle of Endor. Let's say 2. So 2 years of Battle of Endor. First season of Mando was 5 years after that, so 7. And this is based on Carson Teva referring to the incident on Mandalore that happened in Mando season 3. So Mando season 1 was 5 years. Obviously, season 2 is probably year 6. 2 years in between that, 7, 8. So yeah, 9 or 10 years after Rebels. 8 to 10 years, give or take. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll do the panel next week. Of course, you're invited, Britt. I gotta get a hold of Scotty and Matt. Make sure they want in again. And Harris, see if he wants in this time. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, we ended. And here's another reason that other people talked about that I happen to agree with, that I think, hey, Mr. Andrew Coatsworth, how are you doing? Welcome. Did you hit like on your way in? Evidently, doing this stuff requires me to annoy people by hitting the like button, commenting, and subscribing. So, you know, do all that shit. Pretty pleased, thank you. And welcome to the basement, Mr. Coatsworth. It is good to have you. What the fuck are they doing upstairs? Yeah, welcome in. All are welcome until they prove otherwise. But what the hell was I talking about? Already done, dude. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah. The reason I'm pretty sure that the finale is going to be quite Empire-like. One, Thrawn has to get back to the galaxy sometime, and in order to get back to the galaxy, he has to win. So there's that, and also the fact that they ended this episode on such a high note with reunions and hugging and giggling and shit. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to start going downhill from there, and probably pretty quickly. Did I watch Jason Moore's show on Friday? He had some pretty good leaks for. No, I didn't. I did not. Damn it. Do I think we'll see Luke in the finale? No. If we're gonna see Luke, if we get Ahsoka season 2 before the movie, we might see him at the end of that, but I doubt we'll see him before the movie, honestly. I doubt we'll see anybody other than the Rebels crew before the movie. Well, we'll see. I could be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong on that one. But we'll see. Theory about the evil Zepho, the Abeloth theories. Yep. Loyal theory Abeloth might possess Shin Hati, but yeah, well, it depends. We don't know who she ran to when she ran off. Did she run back to Thrawn, as Balin suggested she do, to be part of the Empire, or did she say, fuck this noise, and go trying to find Balin again? Ahsoka's shuttle Falcon style piggyback on the Chimera. It very well could. It very well could. I mean, they've all got docking clamps, so that is a definite possibility for them to get back to. What was my opinion on the 3PO cameo? It was cool. I mean, for me, it was quite obvious that it was a way to cheese out of actually giving us Leia, but it was cool. I mean, it's always good to see 3PO. He's always fun. I thought he was a little more cocky than normal. Normally, he's a lot more obsequious, however you want to pronounce that shit. Normally he's a little more deferential. Talking about, I don't need an ID. You need to just let me by. It was funny, but it was a little. There's also a little out of character. Can't see them stretching that story into season 2 without getting straight into a conflict, small arc, jump, and fall through. You got off the street and Purgles and pretty as a graveyard. One of the theories. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Justin, my guy. Appreciate that. If Abeloth is there, I feel like all the statuary and all that stuff is basic. I feel like that planet is a prison for her if she's there. I don't think it's Abeloth, though. We're going straight into a conflict, small arc, jump, involving Thrawn. Well, yeah, season 2 would have to start off with Thrawn coming into the galaxy and the New Republic shitting itself. That is for sure. Now the question is who all is going to be there to meet him? Seeing 3PO without R2, yeah. R2's with Luke, yes, that's also true. Yeah, it looks like the siblings split the droids. 3PO's a little off. Yeah. Yeah, that part was a little weird for him, but overall it was cool. I thought. You thought his movement looked funky? I don't know. I didn't really think it looked funky, but if it was off, it's probably, I would imagine it's because someone else was in the suit and it was just Anthony Daniels' voice. Is that man accusing her of being a double agent? No. No, he's not accusing her of being a double agent. He's just accusing her of being reckless, selfish, and a bad soldier, basically. Although I have my suspicions about him, despite the fact that and I haven't watched Resistance, but I guess his son is like a major player in that cartoon as a member of the Resistance. But that wouldn't be the first time a good kid had a shit dad. And I feel like some people think he's just a dick. I feel like if he's not actively involved, he's at least an Imperial sympathizer, you know? Whether or not he goes as far as committing actual treason, I feel like he would be perfectly happy with Thrawn's return and a change in government again. How will Skeleton Crew fit with Mando and Ahsoka for the finale? If we're referring to the Filoni movie, if I recall correctly, Skeleton Crew is actually supposed to be set in the same galaxy as Peridea. So that's the tie-in there. It's entirely possible that their presence will be necessary in order to get people home. Like at the end of at the end of the season of that show could involve picking up anyone left behind from the end of this show. How about that? He's definitely Imperial. You're suspicious about him too. He feels like an imp. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, but you know, his kid was a big player in the Resistance. Well, good for his kid. It doesn't mean his dad isn't a piece of shit. You know? Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sci-Fi Quest. I do. I really do. Do I think there are any other facilities where they're trying to induce the Force by gene manipulation? Oh, yeah, Mount Tantus from the end of Bad Batch. For sure. I thought there was going to be a huge thing at the end of Bad Batch Season 2 there, but evidently they're saving all that shit for Season 3, which is the final season of Bad Batch, which is, I know a lot of people are up and down on that show, but I really enjoy that show. Like this second season, when it was running concurrently with the Season 3 of Mandalorian, I can think of at least 3 weeks where the Bad Batch episode was better than the Mandalorian. Sweet Jesus, who the fuck is texting me? Rob, it better not be you. You fucking know better. Oh, you are sending me more pictures when I'm on stream. You douche canoe, you. All right. There we go. But yeah, Mount Tantus is definitely one. I imagine they're stashed all fucking over the place. One moment, please. Yeah, I mean for that's all right, bro. I'm just fucking with you. I mean, I've got a dinky ass channel. It's not like, you know, I got to worry about certain levels of professionalism yet. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of little places stashed all around that Palpatine had built in an attempt to extend his own life, which J.J. Abrams gave him. Sabersmith. Ezra gets a new lightsaber. Morgan and Ahsoka fight again. Morgan uses magic in some way to help her fight Ahsoka. Who knows? It's possible. I mean, isn't Ezra's original lightsaber? Was it his original pistol grip lightsaber that he gave Sabine, and then she changed it, or was that a different one that he gave her? I swear, I think Thrawn's got one of his lightsabers that he took from him, and it might even be on that ship on the Chimera. So, I can definitely see Morgan and Ahsoka fighting again, except this time I think Ahsoka finishes that ass off. I think Morgan's done. I mean, if Ahsoka doesn't kill her, I think Thrawn's going to kill her for asking too many fucking questions. You know? How did I feel about the 09 S2 warp affected lens flare for hyperspace? Oh, you're talking about the super fast, that hyperspace that the Purgle and the Eye of Sion used. I thought it was cool. At first, I was like, "What the fuck is this? This ain't normal hyperspace." But then I realized you'd have to be, they would have to be moving a lot faster than normal hyperspeed in order to galaxy jump. So it makes perfect sense to me. Actually, that a warp tunnel would look different for that kind of journey rather than in intra galaxy journey. I feel like an inter-galaxy journey would definitely require a different kind of hyperspace bubble or whatever. For sure. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Or anything else you guys want to talk about episode 7? Positive or negative thoughts? He built a new one with the green crystal. In theory, the pistol saber should be on the ghost. Okay. Well, that sucks. I thought Thrawn had one of his sabers. Oh well. You know, from when he summoned the Purgle in the first place. I don't know. I haven't watched. I did not rewatch Rebels before this show, so which I probably should have. Are there more Night Sisters / mothers? Possible. Yeah, we all wish we knew where Baylan was headed. Are there more Night Sisters or mothers? I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It's also possible, given the state of that planet, that they're the last ones from there. How about those RVs? What was it? Not sure what you mean by RVs. I think Balin's crystal and his velvet are the shards, and Shin's hair will tie into anything. Doubtful. Doubtful. Yeah, what are you talking about with RV sci-fi? Didn't one of the Night Mothers mention the catacomb? Is that what Balin said? No, the catacomb is what they are emptying onto the Chimera. Question is what's in those caskets or coffins or whatever it is that they're loading on the Chimera? Is it Night Sisters or is it more dead stormtroopers? And either way, I think it's more. I think it's a whole pile of somebody's corpses that the Great Mothers are going to reanimate, like they did Moroccan. The way I'm pretty sure they did all the stormtroopers, which is why they're now called Night Troopers. I'm gonna be honest. At first, I thought they were all going to be green smoke, but turns out I was wrong. Either that, or Dave fucking forgot to Dave forgot to have him put the green smoke in last episode. But no, they must be a different kind of undead than Marak was. Oh, the Nari mobile homes, the Nodi mobile homes, yeah. Oh, they're little pods. They were fun. I mean, they're a small people and pretty simplistic, so I wasn't really expecting them to have like big old land speeders or. I mean, they obviously don't have the same Napoleon complex that Jawa have, because look how they fucking overcompensate with their Land Rover track thingy. But no, I thought they were cool. I thought they fit. Do I think the Son of Mortis will be where Baylan is heading? Yes. My original theory, I don't know if you have watched my original Son of Mortis theory video. If you haven't, you should. But TLDR, I thought Ezra was going to end up being the son. But now I'm thinking the son might be the one calling to circle the wagons. Yeah. I mean, that is, well, as that's what Jason said. Okay. What's what Jason said? Sorry, I missed that one. At first, I thought Ezra was going to be the son. It kind of doesn't look like that now, but I'm still firmly convinced that Dave wants to bring back everyone from the Mortis arc. I firmly believe that Anakin is now the embodiment of the Father, which is how he was able to do what happened in Episode 5. Obviously, we know Ahsoka already had the essence of daughter in her from the Mortis arc in Clone Wars when the daughter transferred her life essence into Ahsoka to bring her back to life. So Anakin the father, Ahsoka the daughter. I am firmly convinced Dave wants to complete that trinity. So my original theory was that Ezra was going to be the son, but now I think it could be Baylan. I think he could be calling to Baylan. I don't think it's Abeloth. I think it's the son, and I think he's calling to Baylan. No, I'm not saying it couldn't be Abeloth. It could be. That's a solid theory. It's entirely possible. But Abeloth doesn't complete the Mortis trilogy. That's why I think it's the son. I know she was the mother in Legends, and worked for them, but Dave did not introduce her in the Mortis arc. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that he has brought the father back through Anakin and the daughter back through Ahsoka. So I think the son is still out there lurking and trying, although why he's in Peridea, I don't know, but the Force is universal, so which means the dark side is universal, which means the sun is universal. Sci-fi quest. Just had a thought. Could Thrawn have found Kanan's saber after the explosion killed him? I haven't watched, like I said, I haven't watched Rebels in forever, but yeah, it's entirely possible. Is Baylan hunting a sleeping Smaug? A literal dragon, probably not, but a sleeping entity or an entity that probably should be left alone. Oh, definitely, most definitely. Yeah, he's about to start some shit. Now, I don't want to put this into the universe, but I'm going to be pissed as fuck if we still don't know what the hell he's after by the end of next week's episode. I will lose my shit. Because obviously I want to have the big ass panel here next Saturday, but I'm still going to do my immediate reaction like I've been doing. And since the runtime is about the same that it has been, that means it's going to be at 10:15 like it has been. By the way, Tuesday night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern. Live reaction to the finale. Immediate reaction. No, fairly immediate. Within a half an hour reaction, give or take. But yeah, they've got a panel next Saturday for sure. But yeah, I think in metaphorical terms, yeah, he's hunting a sleeping Smaug. Yeah, I think it's the sun. I think Baylan is heading towards the sun. Now, I don't know that we'll see him in the form that he took in Clone Wars. Yang has a record of Kanan. So yeah, Ezra could make any kind of new saber out of it. He could make fucking Anakin saber if he really wanted to. Baylan could be in for Rude Awakening. Yeah, oh yeah. I wonder how his arc went later on. Fuck yeah, me too, bro. Me too. What if they had to cut it if there was a cliffhanger? I mean, he did. Oh, that would be stupid as fuck because they don't have to cut it. They can just recast. Like Gerard Butler I think would be quite perfect. He already looks a fair chunk like Ray Stevenson. He already sounds a reasonable chunk like Ray Stevenson. He's only an inch shorter. He could easily mimic that build because we've already seen him huge. So, yeah. And yes. What if his soul is required to unleash whatever he's seeking, or has a compromise so far just to get this point for the chance to? He hasn't compromised himself to the point of his soul, but I have no doubt that if he was required to give up his soul to accomplish his goal of ending the cycle, he will do it. He's very Thanos-like in that, like fully committed to his goal and the means to accomplish it. He's very Thanos-like like that, I think. But yeah, was it? Oh yes, the sun. Assuming I'm right, and it is the sun he's heading to. I don't think we'll see him in the form we saw him in Clone Wars. Although I really, 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 really hope he will still be voiced by Sam Witwer. I need Sam Witwer back in live Star Wars. Animated, live action, I don't care. I need him back. And it'd be dope if I'm right, and this is Son, and he's still voicing him. That would be sick. Even sicker if we do get the Son in the form we saw him in the Mortis arc, and it's literally Sam Witwer done up to look like him. That would be sick as fuck. That would be so hype. Balin close up in theme, yeah, for sure. Jason said Ezra gets a new saber and Morgan fights Ahsoka. All right, cool. I need to rewatch that. I may have to do a video or two on that shit. We'll see. Why do I think Ahsoka cannot defeat Balin? Is it spiritual understanding, their two stances in the Force and true alignment? No, it's because Balin's power is to read emotion and thought somewhat. So, like the usual knowing of the future that Jedi are capable of, which gives them their Jedi reactions, is even more powerful than the average. If the son still exists, then the daughter should too. Yeah, Ahsoka's got the daughter in her. I thought the son was dead. Technically, they all kind of died in the Mortis arc. But if you remember, the father wanted Anakin to take his place in the first place, which means Anakin had the potential. So I think that's what happened after he died at the end of Return of the Jedi. Obviously, he had to go into the Force first, and pop up after the destruction of the Death Star. But after that, I think he moved on into the Cosmic Force some and ended up being the father, which is how he was able to bring Ahsoka, at least her soul, into the world between worlds for that final lesson. Is because he has the power of the father, and it's also how he was able to literally just switch back and forth between light side Anakin and pre-cooked Darth Vader so quickly, because the father is the embodiment of balance. Are they physical beings or the Force given form? Not 100% sure on that. I think the sun is a little different case to you. Man, I look at it this way. The Force is universal. Therefore, representations of the Force are also universal. So if Anakin has manifested balance in the father's role, and if since Ahsoka is literally embodying the essence of the daughter, thanks to the daughter sacrificing herself to bring him back to life, that only leaves the son to be dealt with. And I think Dave is trying to bring back everyone from the Mortis arc. He wants to complete the trio, and the son's the only one left. So, yeah, if the Force is universal, that means the son is also universal. And he's the only one that doesn't have an embodiment at this point in time. At least, that's what I think. It's cool how there's the living force and the cosmic force. The one's a part of the living force, and the wills are... Yes. Yes, the wills are definitely part of the cosmic force, because they're the ones who initially taught Qui-Gon how to keep his consciousness together in the Force. But yeah, no. That's just how I feel about it, though, Jay. I mean, hopefully we'll fucking see on Tuesday. Jeez. Like I said, if we don't find out what the hell is after, I'm gonna lose my shit, because that'll just be dumb. I originally thought they represented Anakin, Luke, and Leia, but this changes things. Yeah, hopefully he's right. I mean, it could have, and Dave could change it to that too, but the sun is the embodiment of the dark side, so I don't really think you can apply that to any one of those three now. Because Luke and Leia never went dark. Well, Luke went a little dark side. There at the end of Jedi when Vader threatened his sister. He originally went dark side for a bit, but then caught himself. So know exactly what. I'm not sure what you're know exactly into, sir, but yeah, Anakin got redeemed and Luke caught himself, and I don't know that Leia's ever gone dark side in any way, shape, or fashion. So I think the son's out there looking for a vessel. And who knows? It still could be Ezra. Maybe that's why his eyes are so goddamn funky. But sorry, I'm a lip itched. But yeah, I think Thrawn's definitely coming back. I'm still holding on to my son theory, although I'm probably going to be fucking wrong. um, and I'm pretty sure, based on things Jason Ward has said before, is that one of our heroes is going to get stuck there, and I think it's going to be Ahsoka. The other thing you used to think was that balance in the Force was supposed to be balance in oneself. I mean, you actually are right on that one. If you're not balanced in yourself, you can't be balanced in the Force. The problem is that Jedi weren't interested in actual Force balance. Balance to them was no dark side, but that's not balance. All light is not balance. So that's one of the main reasons why when Palpatine was finally able to, start really getting his plans going, then it's how he was able to cloud everything they saw. Anytime, remember in the prequels, anytime Yoda's like the dark side is clouding everything? No, it's because y'all got cocky. And by letting themselves get involved in all the politics and all that shit is how they let the dark side creep in. And then, we got what we got. But yeah, the Jedi in the dawn of the Jedi era, when they were the Jedi, Jedai. Those they believed in balance then, like when the Thoyor took all the Force sensitives or a bunch of Force sensitives to Tython, and then they began to be the Jedi and set up their religion and shit. They were all about balance, and they actually had the light side and dark side moon around Tython, Ashla, and Bogan. And if you recall, Ashla was one of the names Ahsoka used as cover, according to the Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, back in the day on Tython, you're required to be in balance. If you fell too far to the dark side, they would literally ship your ass up to Ashla for you to meditate until you were back in balance again, and vice versa. If you were going too far to the light side, they would ship your ass up to Bogan for you to meditate on the dark side and bring yourself back into balance. Obviously, they moved away from that over time. Yeah, they started off believing in balance. All right. I don't think it's the sun. I'm thinking more along the lines of the Bendu. According to Jason, it's not the sun or the Bendu. Man, I really gotta watch that fucking. I did not watch him yesterday or today. Now I'm not watching them tonight. I'm gonna have to watch that shit tomorrow. I may have to make an updated video after that too. I'll tell you, Jason's generally pretty accurate. So the Jedi were corrupted by the Sith maybe hundreds of years before Anakin's discovery. The corrupted training blended the Jedi to the Sith. Yeah. I mean, Darth Bane and every rule of two Sith that he spawned, all of them were working towards the same goal. Palpatine just happened to be the one to culminate said goal. Yeah, they were always in the background, screwing around with shit, putting the Jedi in positions where they'd have to be other than what they want to be. That is for sure. But when it comes down to it, though, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong doesn't really matter to me. I just need the finale to fucking slap. That's all I need. It could be traced back to the Jedi Civil War and Revan. Well, Revan, a holocron of Revans, at least in Legends, is where Darth Bane got the idea for the rule of two. In Legends continuity and the trilogy of novels, Legends novels dedicated to him, that's where he got the idea to form the rule of two, was from a holocron of Revans that he got to study. And Darth Bane's a fucking badass. If you haven't read that trilogy, you need to read it. It's really, really good, in my opinion. Who was Revan's Malik? Yeah. Everyone wants a live action Revan. I mean, everyone wants some old Republic shit, but the Disney just keeps wanting to screw around with the High Republic. But yeah, no. Many people want old Republic stuff, KOTOR stuff, Revan stuff. For Sheezy, they want the Revan. I don't blame him. Revan's dope. I mean, I didn't play the game, but I've read about the character. He's fucking dope. Yep. But yeah, I just hope Ahsoka finale slaps, and I hope the Loki premiere slaps. I would love to actually have two good Disney Plus shows in a row. And even if they don't do, like, even if the finale isn't as like fire as I hope it is, as long as it's good, I will still consider this show a success. At least for myself. Probably. Yeah. Seeming more likely that Balin is going to stay, not Ahsoka. Well, I'm gonna tell you, when Ward was talking about it a couple weeks ago when he first dropped that news, he specifically said one of our heroes. Yeah, I hope that too, Sci-Fi Quest. Frankly, it needs to be, especially after this episode, which again was a good episode, but as the second to last episode, or penultimate as it were, I thought it didn't do anywhere near enough to move the story along as it probably should have. That's my biggest gripe with it. You know, they got the reunion done and they got Balin heading somewhere after spending 90% of the episode on that cliff or hill overlook, whatever the fuck that shit is, that he was on is how we're watching. So it was a good show, but it's not the great show we wanted. In terms of all the way through, yes. Episodes 4 through 6 were fire. Like massive, massive fire. 1, 2, 3 were pretty good. And this one was pretty good, but so I'm really hoping we'll get 50-50 and the finale will be fucking fire. Oh. So if you're a UK or the Mr. Quest, how far ahead are you? 4 or 5 hours? Is it 2 or 3? 3 or no? Is it 3 or 4 for you right now? I just want to know. Do you live in the west of the kingdom or the east of the kingdom? 4 hours. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, yo. Anybody else have any more questions? Because if not, I'm gonna go ahead and dip on out of here. Jason had a Star Wars Santa show the other day when they were talking about. Okay. Oh, so it wasn't on his channel. I'd have to go watch one of Santa's lives. I mean, that's not a problem. I like Santa. He's fun. He's way too forgiving in the prequels and loves Rey way too much, but you know, that was perfect. He's a really good guy though. Like I respect him and his life stances enough not to speak the way I normally do in other circumstances on his channel. You don't play that, and I respect that shit. All right. Oh, it's 4 a.m. there, so you're 5 hours ahead. Okay. I got you. So you're in the eastern part of the UK. Do you know? Are you like a night owl normally, or are ready to go to bed? Yeah. All right. It's about time to get on out of here, yo. But yeah. Always fun talking with everybody. It's good to see everybody. Good to see new faces in the chat. Sci-Fi Quest. You really like the first season of Loki? Yeah, it was dope. Oh, you get insomnia occasionally? That sucks ass. What's another guy's name? Andrew. Yeah. Good to see all my usuals in here, of course. Saber, Alan, Justin, Brooke. Good to see Sci-Fi Quest and Andrew Coatsworth in here. Hope you guys come back on the regular. Oh, yes. And my best guy, Rob. Hope you guys come back on the regular. That'd be great. And of course, you know, all the likes and subscribes and comments and all that good shit, I would greatly appreciate too. I would like to keep this chill community growing. I'm going to keep it chill, but I would also like it to be a bigger chill community. I think more people would enjoy that kind of atmosphere, honestly, especially as crazy as it is right now and as crazy as it's going to get in the world. Or at least in the US, especially next year. So, yeah. I just want to have a nice little nerdy oasis here on this channel. That's what I'm going for. It's a place where we can come and chill, where I will give credit where it's due and piss on people when I need to. But yeah. Hey, oh, thanks, Sci-Fi Quest. I mean, there's always the replay, bro. I can use the watch hours on that too. Okay. Anyway. All right. Much love to y'all. Thank you for coming in. I hope you had fun. I did, as usual. If you did on the way in, do it on the way out. Like, subscribe. Come on back in and leave some comments on the replay. That'd be dope too. Engagement is a beautiful thing. It makes the algorithm love me. Alrighty, everybody. I had a great time. Thanks for coming on in. Much love to you all. And like I always say, and you need to remember this, and tell your friends, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement. Much love, y'all. See you Tuesday night. (10:15) Tuesday night specifically. Hope to see y'all there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for coming by. Much love.